Welcome to the Perfect Day Mastered. It is your host, Johnny Caruso, speaking again. I have a very amazing topic that I wanted to bring to you today. As you know, Perfect Day Mastered, was created with the intention of showing you the processes in between the before and after effects that we see. And to also create a perfect day. And what I mean by a perfect day is a perfect life, And in sense to your kind of perfect, not perfect as we see on TV or perfect as we see, someone say is perfect. Whatever is perfect for you, that day, is something that you should be creating yourself. So I definitely made this channel with the intention of helping you, discover what that day is for you. But this topic I wanted to talk to you about today is called Exiting the Matrix. Now, you're gonna ask me, am I talking about the Matrix like the movie? No, I'm not talking about that at all. What I am actually talking about when I say the Matrix is what society puts in front of your face since the day that you were born, all the way up to now, that leaves you with a feeling of unfulfillment because you are technically in the Matrix and you are following a system that is formed to create control, in your life, in fact in everybody's life. It's there for certain people that don't know what this life is really all about. Now, unfortunately for me, and fortunately, I discovered what life was a long time ago. And everybody's discovery, of what life really is, always comes from something that's really bad, really tragic, It's when you're forced, to change. And you're forced to see things differently. That is when life really changes for everybody. And for me personally, my life did change because of a traumatic event, and that I was forced to grow faster than everybody else, and I was also forced to see life differently in order to survive. If I did not start seeing life differently, I don't know where I would be today. I really wouldn't. But I want you to break from the Matrix, and I have a few things that I wanted to get to that's going to help you really understand that we are living in a Matrix, It's a realm inside of a realm. And from an early age, I don't know if it's me being an empathic person, but from an early age, things that were systematic would never be serious for me. I would never take them seriously internally. And I don't know if it's the same for everybody, but there's certain things in life that make you question, what is the frickin' point of doing this, right? But since we were born, they've been putting in our face, Look, you're gonna go to school, right? You're gonna go all the way up to grade 12. And then when you graduate, from high school, then you were going to move on to college, From college, you create the success that you want, and then you're going to move on to getting that white house with the white picket fence, or whatever the case may be. The American dream, which doesn't even exist anymore, Because, you know what? Actually, you know what? This just made me even realize something. The American dream, alone tells you it's not your dream. It's the American dream, not your dream. And the problem that people face is that they're so suppressed, everything's so suppressed, as to who we really are and what we're really here for and the whole purpose of it all. And people just believe that everything that you're told is actuality, when you can even go back now and realize that their history books are probably going to have to be rewritten because they're discovering new stuff every day. So technically what they're telling you is that what you've been told is not really the truth. But people will still believe it. Now, it really bothers me on a high level, especially when I learned how to look at things differently, that there's people out there that are blind to this. And I see it every day. And they're so blind that they don't do anything for themselves. They actually allow society to do the thinking for them. Okay, if someone gets a brand new pair of Jordans, which I don't even own a pair of Jordans, I don't want one. You know why? Because everybody has it. But everyone gets, the new pair of Jordans comes out, you feel the need to have the new pair of Jordans like everybody else. Okay, why? Well, because this is what we're told is going to make you look cool, or feel different, or feel new. But you know what happens when you get new stuff, right? You feel like you are now going to feel accomplished, or you're going to feel fulfilled. But what that new pair of shoes does, you're going to go through them in like a couple months anyway, and you're going to want to get a new pair. It's the same thing with everything in life. And in fact, I watched a video a while ago, and this guy is a billionaire. It was he was talking about how he fantasized about having a Ferrari for a very long time. But now he's at a point where, you know, he got into his Ferrari. In fact, he's gotten into many Ferraris and many sports cars. And he has had the feeling, right, that new feeling, as soon as he got into it, it felt great, but then after that becomes nothing. The feeling trickles away. So how do you find complete fulfillment? Well, guess what? It's not about the material things that he finds, okay? It's about being his own person. It's about being so real to yourself and true to yourself that you do the thing that you were put on this earth to do, which you know exactly what it is. Everybody does. Even myself, I just discovered, okay, within the past couple of years, that, you know, I have this creative ability that I never thought I really had. And it's interesting because when I was young, every day I would close myself off, and I would just, it was nothing but creativity. I was building Lego cities, I was building, you know, I was molding things out of clay, I was drawing, non-stop, creating, writing. So I am actually a creator, all right? But when you realize these things that you do when you're a child, you then will understand that this is the stuff that you actually need to embark on as an adult. And one thing is that the first thing that you need to do is break the matrix. Stop following what everybody else is doing. Do what you believe in your heart to be right. And you need to start focusing on feelings, right? Real feelings, emotions that you get towards certain things, because those are the best indicators sometimes. But you also need to ground yourself, right? Separate yourself a little bit from the world, okay? And learn how to ground yourself where it's just you and nature. For me, nature has played a very big part in understanding that once you eliminate the noise, that your mind is free to do what it pleases, to do what it needs to do, okay? So I think that everyone's really, you know, involved in this high-paced world where we have to get a job, and then we end up getting in that job that we think that we want because of finances, right? Which is bullshit, okay? And then we get in that job, and then we hate it. Then we hate our life. And then we hate the things that we do, okay? Because there is absolutely no excitement, okay? And you need to find excitement in this world, because if you don't, right, you need to find your own excitement. What excites you on an internal level? Because if you don't find it, right, you're going to be living an unfulfilled, unhappy life that absolutely does not take you anywhere. When I die, I want to be known, okay, for being my own person, okay, and creating changes and creating things that no one's ever seen before. Not going out and buying a pair of Jordans because everyone else had them, or because the brand new cell phone just came out and I want to be on top of my game, right, with my friends. Who cares, to be honest? Who gives a shit? That's just my true opinion. And, you know, sorry for the language, but you know what? Successful people, and you know who you are, they know that sometimes swearing actually is a good way to express yourself, to express the emotions that you need to express. So I don't feel bad for it, right? But I am sorry if I hurt your feelings. But like I said, break free from the matrix. Start grounding yourself. Go on some trails, okay, by yourself, and just think. Let your thoughts roam, but you have to eliminate the noise. So that's why I tell you to go on trails in nature, somewhere very secluded, right? And think about who you are as a person and what exactly you do on this earth. Do you actually make a difference? And is it just the difference that everyone else wants to make, right? You make your own difference in whatever you believe that is, okay? And don't worry about where it's going to take you. That is the exciting part about life, is that it's all a journey. The success comes from the process in between. That's where the real success comes from. And discovery, self-discovery. One day you'll be sitting there with a pencil in your hand, not knowing how to draw or not knowing how to write or whatever the case may be, but you know, you keep attacking things that you find that are interesting to you, and over time, right, it will become a masterpiece. I can guarantee that. In fact, let me just put it this way: I am a wood and stone carver, right? I love carving, and it's because when I was younger, I used to draw a lot, but I'm not really the greatest drawer 2D, but I learned because I had a knack to pick up a hobby, which was carving. You know, I started carving a couple pieces, you know, just as a hobby, just as for fun. And it ended up becoming, like, I started to realize, holy crap, I'm actually really good at this. And I'm the type of person that people will look at, they'll never ever think that this is what I would become. But you become the things that you really are interested in if you allow yourself to just let it flow. Just go with the flow and just allow yourself to do the things that you love. And when you start doing that, everything falls into place. It's like a puzzle, right? Those puzzle pieces just start falling into place. And then eventually you're gonna see the big picture. You're gonna be proud of it because you got there on your own. Nobody pushed you there. You did, right? So break free from the matrix. Don't listen to what people say, right? Don't listen to what society tells you to do. Go for only what you want, and that's it. And don't ever want things, okay? Or don't just want things that everyone else wants, right? So take yourself away from the thought of money sometimes, right? Because money is actually the only thing that I could possibly think of that people really get stressed about. And that stress is gonna kill you one day because you're so hung up on, I need to make this much money, I need to do this, and I need to pay this, and I need to pay that. Yeah, you have to pay bills, right? But the things that you love will pay you bills for you, I can guarantee. But anyways, guys, subscribe to my channel if you like what you heard. Next week, I'm actually going to be going into a new topic, which I'm really happy about, which is the keto diet. So pay attention to that, and I'll see you